The Book Dragon's Lair. Well, bless my soul, a human. Now what you be doing here, human? I'm warning you though. If you're here to steal me gold, I won't hesitate to whack you with me shillelagh. I'll do it, so don't get any ideas about trying to steal me gold. Oh, you got lost then? Ah, and you've no intentions of stealing my gold? All right then, that's a different story. What's my name? Well, that's easy. My name's Emilia McGrath, at your service. Leprechaun by birth, tea drinker by trade, storyteller by trade, and protector of gold by occupation. And what about you, human? What's the name that they call you? That's a fine name. A good name. Just make sure you keep it away from the fair folk. Aren't I a fairy? Well, I suppose if you think about it in the human terms of studying, a leprechaun could be considered a fairy. However, for the most part, we tend to avoid you humans. We avoid you, we protect our gold, we make our shoes. We simply live. Though I have heard in the more modern places, the cities and such, that leprechauns live among the humans. I don't know if it's true or not, and, well, if they are and they're managing to get along, then good for them. I'm content here in me forest. So, how did you come to get lost here anyway, human? Ah, you were on the trail, and you thought you heard voices. You thought you heard laughing. And so you followed the sound. The next thing you knew, you were off the path. Why, sounds familiar enough. Sounds like you must have gotten distracted. You must have been lured off the path by some nymphs, or some other leprechauns, or some other such beastie around here. Oh, it happens quite a lot. Us leprechauns aren't the only ones who live in the forest. But, since you're lost, why don't you come on inside? I was about to make some tea anyway. Come on in. I won't bite, human. Since I know your intentions, I have no need to be hostile towards you. So come on in, I'll make you some tea, and I'll see what I can do about getting you brought back on the path. We'll see. Alright? Alright. Come on in. Nothing like being in the cabin. Oh, I live here. I already made a cup for myself, but since you're here, it's a good thing I got one more cup. Alright. And the kettle is already hot before. There you are. Drink up, human. Wonderful stuff. Spices? Oh, boy, it's the tea. It's a special family McGrath recipe. Passed down from generation to generation. I got it from me mum. My mum got it from my nan. And, well, there you go. What were those flowers you saw back there? Oh, those are irises. They're me Irish irises. They're special irises. The seeds came straight from the old home, the bonny Emerald Isle. Why did we move? Well, it's a little sad. A little, I suppose. But, so you know how we leprechauns are always hiding our pots of gold and treasures? Well, we keep them safe, and we keep them away from greedy humans. We don't let people steal them. If someone forces us to tell them where we hide them, usually they'll mark the hiding place, and when their back is turned, we mess with the marking, and we give them a bit of a wild goose chase. My great-granddad did something like that. Yeah, I remember this one tax collector forced me granddad give up the hiding place of his gold, and he marked it with his red garter. And when he came back the next day to dig up the gold, well, there were red garters all over the place. Oi, we leprechauns have our tricks to keep you humans away and out of our business and out of our gold. I'm telling you though, it's a good thing you didn't run into me cousin. Oi, me cousin, Colin McKinley. Oi, he's got human traps laced all over his property. Oi, you heard me right. Human traps. Why human traps? Well, you know how you humans are always setting up traps and such to keep the rabbits and the beasties out of your gardens and your pastures for your farm animals? Well, it's basically a lot like that, except for greedy humans. We use them to keep you away. They don't harm you, none. They just give you a shock, and then eventually someone will find you and they'll cut you loose, and then the trap resets itself. No harm, no done. We just relocate you, as it were. And for a while, back home on the Emerald Isle, that worked. The entire McGrath family, we laid our traps, we used our tricks, and we kept you humans away and away from our gold. And it worked. But, well, the humans started getting clever, more cunning, and they started hunting us. They started forcing us to give up our places where we hid our gold and such, and they made sure to keep an eye on us so we couldn't run away. Well, yes, that's the thing with us leprechauns. If you're keeping an eye on us at all times, then we can't run away. If you turn your back on us for a second, then we can run away, and we're very quick about it. But with all the hunting and everything, well, my granddad, my nan, and all the McGraths that lived in the area, all my family, well, we decided it was getting a bit too dangerous to live there, and so we stowed away on a ship headed towards the other lands. Away from home, we just sort of stowed away, and when we came to land here, I think this is one of the new lands. I'm not sure though, it's been a while. But when we came here, we just set up shop and we took our gold with us. We weren't able to save all our gold. I'm pretty sure there's still a few pieces here and there. And well, we make our own gold, along with shoes. Why? We make shoes. Didn't you know that? How much do you know about us leprechauns anyway? So you heard that we made gold. We kept gold hidden. You know we were associated with the rainbows, and you also knew that we made shoes. Huh. But you didn't know about our tricks, or how we run away when you're not looking. Hmm. Tell me, do you study? Study us leprechauns and other monsters, I mean. I've had some humans come here and ask me questions for studying. I find it actually rather interesting. There's no malice in it, they're just curious. And I've actually heard from some other girls, some harpies, some little bluebird harpy girls, that in the cities there's this thing called an interspecies exchange bill. Yeah. Oh, that's what it is. Apparently it's so us monsters and you human folk can get along. Hmm. Well, I admire the idea, though I know there's always going to be some bad uns, like the ones that were hunting and capturing me and my family. Hmm? Couldn't we get out? Oh, of course we did. The thing is, though, if you capture a leprechaun, then we owe you 3 wishes. We grant you 3 wishes, and then we get our freedom, that's the deal. I never got caught, thankfully, but it's one of the many reasons why we left. What was that sound? Oh, it's probably my radio. I have a radio in here that I like listening to music and to radio dramas. Yep, the radio's still buzzing. It sometimes does that, buzzes like a little bee. And, well, I mean, I like it here, but I have thought about going to visit the city. Maybe. It seems pleasant enough. What about you? Do you live in the city? Ah, I see. So you live on the outskirts, close enough to the forest, but also nearby the city. Huh. What a happy medium. I'm glad it works for you, though. The radio's buzzing like a little bee. I ought to get it fixed at some point. If I give it a little thwack, sometimes it stops. Would you like some more tea? All right. Here's some more tea for you then. Drink up. Oh, the radio stopped buzzing. Sometimes it'll stop just by working it out on its own. Hi, it's vintage. I got it at a thrift store. I like a mix of things. I like vintage things, but then I also like well, look at the way my house is decorated. A little vintage, a little bit of home, and a little bit of the new, to an extent. The new of the force, at least. If you offered me a place to stay and offered to be my guide, would I consider going into the city with you? Oh, bless me. Aren't you bold, human? Tell me, are all the humans in the city as bold as you are? Oh, don't be like that. I'm teasing. There's no malice in me. I couldn't be evil even if I tried. Though I do know that some of us leprechauns are mistrustful of you humans, and given an example of which I mentioned to you, can you blame us? But you seem like a good one. And you know what? I might just take you up on that offer. Tell you what. You give me a few days to think it over, and then one day out of the blue, I'll send you a letter, or I'll call you, and we'll figure it out from there. And then you can show me around the city. Because again, I have thought about it, and I wouldn't mind going. It's just kind of been a little busy here, and, well, a little hesitant. I'm just a little worried that something might happen while I'm gone. But if I lay out some human traps, we should be alright. What? Sorry, but what? You didn't think I had human traps on me? Every leprechaun does. I just choose not to use mine because I live so far out in the woods. But I'll do it. I'll just have to make sure to hang some rainbow repellent charms. Well, the leprechaun gold attracts rainbows. And the rainbows are always a telltale sign that our gold is nearby, and humans often follow them. So, by hanging up rainbow repellent charms around me house, no rainbows will fall on the gold that I have hidden here. It's as simple as that. Alright. But yeah, I'll send you a letter. Do I have a phone? Aye. Of course I have a phone. Here. Let me just... Alright, we'll exchange numbers. Here. Where's my pen? Here we go. There we go. So here's my number. And your number. Oh, alrighty. Well... Here. It's having a hard time tearing. Alrighty. There's my number for you, and here's your number for me. Alrighty. Oh, I'm fine. I just accidentally tried to inhale my tea. Alright, I'm fine. Now, look. If you just go down past the weeping willow trees and you make a right at the pond, you'll come back to your path. In just a few steps or so. 3 or 4 steps at most. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm happy to help, and here. Tell you what. Because you've been so good to me, and because you didn't steal my gold, I'm going to give you some. Aye. A leprechaun can give their gold willingly, but it has to be given willingly, or else it doesn't count. So here you go. 4 gold pieces. There you go. Alright, well, good luck to you, and when I decide to visit the city, I'll give you a call. Alright? Alright, take care now, human. Goodbye.